Hey everybody, welcome to Wednesday Night Fights on twitch.tv/NickTanella, and I think also we're being hosted by Level Up Live. So we are here at the Esports Arena every Wednesday night for Wednesday Night Fights. I am Dr. Stance. Sitting with me is Commander Jesse. Thank you.
How you doing, sir?
So much. I'm not military. My dad was. I'm clearly not. So we're gonna kick off the pregame show with our first of five. We've actually been talking about this. We're just gonna put it all out there. So what's gonna happen is Commander Jesse is going to be running a first to five against the Alex Valle. Uncle Valle. Now, here's kind of why. There's a little bit of a backstory between you two. What would you describe Valle in any sort of way?
I mean, we've just run into each other a couple of times here at Wednesday Night Fights, and we played, and it goes back and forth sometimes, and he really gives me a challenge, and yeah, it's just one of my toughest matches. I think I've played against him in grand finals a couple times, and I've lost. So
yeah, a couple times.
Yeah,
but then you've also beaten him.
I have, yeah. I just won recently at KO Gaming Lounge, a grand final set. And then a couple times here at Wednesday Night Fights, but he's gotten some of the bigger moments.
There's that sort of if you guys didn't tune in on over the weekend at Saturday at twitch.tv/KO Gaming Network, they were running a Street Fighter V grand. I'm sorry, like a grand reopening Street Fighter V tournament, and you 6-0'd Alex Valle. Now you won. This is actually where the chatter came from. You guys in the Twitch sphere, we're chattering, and that's why we're doing this right now. And in that interview, I happen to have that interview as well. You called Valle your demon.
Yeah.
Is that? I mean, is that still true, or is
I
that
say
sort
that because of the times where I feel like I've kind of gotten close to getting far in a tournament, or I think that I was on the verge of winning a tournament a couple times, and then he was just there waiting for me to kind of put me in my place. So because of that, I'm like, for a while, I was like, oh man, he's taking me out of 3 grand finals.
He's doing that thing where like he's leaning on a tombstone that says Jesse, and he's just
like, all right, you've done good, but you know this is as far as you're getting. I'm just like, man.
He's your boss. Like your
it's
final
hard.
boss, your level boss.
Yeah. And it's good because I feel like because of that, it's helped push myself more and look for answers and I think become a better player. So
on that note, explore that with me right now.
Yeah.
How have you prepared for that match? Because you've gone against Valle several times more since then.
Right.
You've won, you've lost, we've done it all.
It's been a lot. It's been a journey. Yeah.
What is that preparation like for you specifically against Valle's Rashid?
I mean, Valle's Rashid is tough because it's very aggressive and rush RTSD. He's always rushing me down, and I have to learn how to deal with that pressure. I think after all the sets that we've run, I kind of try to look back and see what I did wrong and try to make some adjustments. And one time I was fortunate we were able to run sets online, and I think we did like a first to like 100. We played for like 2 hours straight or something crazy. And that really helped me learn a lot about that matchup that I never knew beforehand. So I think after that I kind of picked it up a bit. And then now, he's a great player. So because I learned doesn't mean that it always equals a W, because he's really good. And so sometimes I'm able to come up with a win, and other times he just puts me in my place. So, but it's good. It's good.
So do you consider him, based on your 6-0 win, do you still consider him your demon? Or has that spirit been exercised?
Honestly, well, it seems to happen pretty often. So even though I'll get a win here and there, the next week I'll come here, I'll run into him again at the end of the bracket maybe or something like that, and he'll just, he'll take the 2-0 on me or something, and I don't know, maybe it's just in my head or something, but he's got answers. So I think hopefully, I can do it again.
Okay. Now seriously.
Yeah.
Where are his weak points? Do you think he has any? What are you going to exploit?
What do I think are his weaknesses?
What do you seek when you go against him? If he's the boss,
it's just,
where are the glowing weak points where you have to shoot
There's
the
got to
arrows?
be one point where you can shoot the arrows, exactly. Honestly, it's tough because because it's overwhelming sometimes as Dawson, you know. But I think when I'm able to kind of slow him down and start to make him play my game, that's when I'm in control.
Okay.
But when he starts going in and pushing me to the corner, and that's really when it's in his court. But when I'm able to kind of slow him down a bit and use my normals, keep him away, flow a bit, then I'm doing pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Thanks so much for talking.
Absolutely.
At the outset. So
yeah,
what's going to happen? This is Commander Jesse once more. You can follow him at Commander Jesse, spelled like that.
Right here. Yeah,
look at
right
that.
there.
Look at
Yeah,
that
right
down
there.
there.
Yeah,
Below the beard.
Yeah.
Below the beard should be your podcast, by the way. That should be your thing.
I'll think about that. Yeah.
So we are going to take another quick break, actually, because what we are going to do is we're going to switch you out, and now we're going to talk to Valle himself.
Mr. Street Fighter.
It's your one half of the first five. We're going to get his side of it, so stay tuned. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be right back with Valle. All right, guys, so this is Dr. Stance once more. Valle is on his way. I just want to let you guys know, you're going to see it there in the chat itself. Please use that hashtag NTTV. Again, we are going to be running a first of 5 between Commander Jesse and the Alex Valle. So if you think you know the winner, use that hashtag NTTV. Be right back. All right, guys, I am back. I am Dr. Stanton. Sitting with me now is the Alex Valle. Again, you know him. You love him. Uncle, the avuncular.
How you doing, man?
Thanks so much. I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good,
okay,
man.
So like again, we are doing this first of 5, and we're just gonna kind of hit the ground running. Jesse has called you his demon. Have you heard this?
I've heard it not just through him, man, but like
not just through him.
For 20 years of rivalries of every player that felt that I've held them down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, but because of that, look how good they turned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, if that is the barometer, right? So that's something to look forward to every week.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had his hands on any other Rashid in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would do some damage.
So it is sort of, like if you are the demon from hell, you know what? It's sort of like your role in the universe to light the fire under them, like kind of get them heated and get them going. Okay, I like that. I like that. So you have met Jesse several times in tournament, online, offline, casuals, all this stuff. You win some, you lose some. What are the holes that you look for, in a player like Jesse? Like, how do you constantly – because you are sort of like, the king of adaptation. Like, What are the things that you go for? The chinks in the armor.
Fear.
Okay.
I just try to overwhelm the opponent as fast as possible, or like as soon as it's like I play by feel, so like you can tell by mannerisms how far somebody's walking back, how many times people are pushing buttons, you know, how many risks they're taking, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's confidence, right? When they're like doing what they feel that they can do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like when I get near them, they stop pushing buttons. All right, and how long do they stop pushing buttons, and when are they going to push a button, right? So it's kind of like my thing. That's how I've kind of developed my style of rushdown to either just make you stop doing your thing, like putting a halt to your strategy because you're trying to figure me out because I'm going all in. Like I am taking hits on the way in, right? And you're like, and you push a button in the middle of that, you might trade. You might completely whiff, and you're like, wow, what the hell? Like, why is he coming in at me like this at such a range where it seems so unorthodox and strange?
Okay.
Does he know what he's doing, or is it just like randomness, right? That's fear.
That constant
Yeah.
challenge, like just, okay,
Yeah.
I like that. I like building like a weight, like a boulder, and just like constantly
Right.
adding to it.
Yeah, and I think Rashid is a character that helps me do that. In older games, there was a limit to how many. Like in Street Fighter 4, there was barely any characters I could do that with. All right, like Ryu, I had to like zone. I had to go back to traditional style. And I mean, that's part of my style, but that is not the best of my style.
Okay.
Like if you go to the Alpha series, that's all my style. Like I can pick so many different characters and variations of strategies just to like put you in the corner and just keep you there. And it's that is the basis of what Rushdown is. And my own channel or my own show is called Rushdown Live because I try to implement that. And SoCal, it shows. Like everybody that's played with me, they've felt like, hey, you know what? I feel like I can do this too or better. Like people do have better reactions. They study more, right? Like they have all the time, and that's what they do when they're aspiring like top players is figure it out. And if I was successful doing it, why can't they?
I like that. I like that a lot. It's sort of, like, I'm going to give it my all because then you're going to have to do everything you can to overcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So you do stand as, like, the final boss. That's how we're going to look at it. That's how we're going to move forward. Valle, thank you so much for giving us a few words.
No problem.
Guys, again, this is the Alex Valle. Follow him on Twitter at that. Cray Hefner.
Oh, wow.
Jeez. Cray, you are on that shit. Thank you so much. All right.
That's what I get.
We're going to take an even shorter break than we just took. We're going to get these guys situated, and then I and Rathmatics, Rathmatics, we're going to sit down, we're going to break this down, and we're going to watch you guys have fun. Guys, stay tuned. We'll be right back with the first of 5.